Hi folks, I'm the newstarcadefan here. This is actually a diversion from Rising Angels Reborn called A Winter's Daydream, which is available now on Steam for about $5.99. You're gonna get the storyline real quickly. Let's get started, shall we? December 28th, Thursday. Here we go. It's only the 28th of December, but snow is falling outside the train windows. There wasn't any snow back in Tokyo, th- though the air was crisp and chilly, cold enough to make you burrow your hands a little deeper in your pockets. It didn't snow. It's different if you travel a little further north, though it gets colder much earlier. Everything is cold in the northern countryside, everything except people's hearts, as my dad likes saying. My dad can be pretty cheesy at times, but he might have a point. I've been living in Tokyo since this year, in spring. In the beginning, I was excited to get away from the dull countryside I was raised in, but, well, you know what they say, the grass is always greener on the other side, and people are never sad. Is so true. When I left home, I soon discovered just how different the city was from everything I used to know. I lived in the countryside all my life, in a small town with a population of around 15,000 people. Wow. Well, yeah, this is Japan, so that would be considered a small town. I'd taken it for granted that I knew the names of my neighbors and they knew mine. I thought it was normal that our family cat, Tama, would sometimes stay with the elderly Mr. Igarashi for days on end because he fed our picky feline better cuts of meat than we did. It was only expected that the clerk of the nearby grocery store would give me a few extra sweet potatoes whenever I stopped by because he knew my younger sister, Otoko, who was fond of him. My hometown was much cooler than Tokyo during the winter months, and I can still remember scenes from my childhood where the snow piled up on the roads and fields, a full 5 inches thick. Yeah, as someone who lives in Pennsylvania, I can say that's quite a lot of snow. Old roofs would strain the burden rain beneath the burden of the snowfall. My father would spend his days off work shoveling snow for our elderly neighbors. That's something you should be doing anyway. No matter how frigid the weather became in my small town, the people always band together to help one another, spearheaded by gung-ho, eternally optimistic men like my father. In my old man's words, the hearts of the people were warm, even if their hands were cold. Tokyo, meanwhile, is completely different. In Tokyo, the streets are busy and the buildings are big, and the people. It's hard for me to describe them because there are far too many of them. Tokyo isn't inhospitable per se, but it's not the most welcoming of places, least of all to a boy like me who grew up in such a secluded environment. Yeah, that's quite true. The country to city wanderlust is something. Well, it's still a huge culture shock, regardless. If you're from the city and move to the country and vice versa, I was afraid Tokyo would eat me up and spit me back out again. I think my parents were afraid too. Mom used to call me every other day when I was first settling in. She was forever sending me bags of rice and locally procured persimmons, fearful that I might be so overwhelmed by my new surroundings that I would forget to buy food for myself. Okay, yeah, that's true too. Or that maybe she was worried I wouldn't know how. Fortunately, I've managed to make it this far. Though it was an awkward and unsure beginning, I survived the hostile alien territory of the big city. I joined the photography club at university and made several friends. My time in the city wasn't as bleak or as scary as I feared it would be. In fact, I enjoyed it. 8 months later, I've managed to make it back to my hometown in mostly one piece with an expensive new haircut, expensive new shoes, and expensive glasses to show for my travels. My canvas bag lies on the ground at my feet. It's a small bag with only a few sets of clothes and a games console and my camera stashed away inside. The basics. I'm only going back home for a handful of days. I plan to stay for New Year's, of course, because it's a family celebration, and we, well, meaning me, my father, and my younger sister, always go to our local shrine together, but that's it. When the 3rd of January rolls around, I'll be on this old rickety train back home. I can't afford to miss the start of a new semester, not even a couple of days. Time I have discovered moves more quickly in the city than it does in the country. So, yeah, that's very, very true. In the countryside, it feels like time is going forever and ever, whereas if you're in a big city or even a small urban environment, it just seems like it zips by quickly. If you miss a single lecture, you'll be scrambling around for a week trying to recover the information that slipped through your fingers. But sometimes it's yeah, that's life. There's not enough time. There's never enough time. Outside, as I stare out the train's windows, it's very dark, but the stars are particularly bright tonight. I think I can spot Betelgeuse out of the corner of my eye. It's the third brightest star in the northern hemisphere. I know a lot about stars. My grandfather liked to lecture me about the night sky when I was little. I wasn't particularly interested, only cared about my Game Boy, but his lessons must have yeah, this guy is our hero is a true and true gamer if he cared about his Game Boy but still learned. And also, I'm quite interested in astronomy too, because my school has a planetarium that I was able to go to as a kid. It's just fun. And also, there's some constellations around this time of year you can see, like Orion. I can see constellations out the train windows. It's hard to tell. My eyes, despite my brand new glasses, are unfocused. Yeah, he's getting tired. The snow doesn't help. The snowflakes fall slowly and lazily, swirling through the cool night sky like they have all the time in the world. Well, take a look at this guy. He definitely is Melachonic right here. And I don't blame him for being melancholic either. Time. I yawn. Of course it wouldn't snow in Tokyo. That would cause too many problems. It can interfere with the bus routes and the train schedules. Schools would be shut, business meetings canceled, and everything would fall up. Yeah, that'd be like Miami Beach getting snowfall. Everything would just shut down. All it takes is a day. Time is money. It can only afford to snow so much out here in the middle of nowhere because who's it going to convenience? The citizens of my town, with its miserable selection of shops and only one high school? Like anybody cares. 15,000 people is nothing compared to the millions who reside in Tokyo. I feel sleep creeping up on me. My arms and legs droop like unwatered plants. My head feels far too heavy for my neck, though it's been stuffed full of newspapers. With a soft yawn, my eyelids fall shut and my head leans back against my chair. I think I'm dreaming. In my dreams, it snows. It always snows around here. Though I missed my parents a good deal when I went away to Tokyo, I eventually learned how to live without them. I can even iron my own laundry now. It's nothing short of a miracle. Yeah, if you live on your own, you have to take care of yourself. I've always been on the short side for my age. I blame my mother's gene pool. With long feminine fingers and soft round cheeks, but I'm still 19 years old. I'll be 20 next year. I am an adult, though I don't particularly look like one. We all have to grow up eventually. When my parents saw me off at the train station that spring, my heart full of dreams and my head full of nerves, my dad put one meaty paw on my shoulder and told me there was nothing to worry about. And here's where I'm gonna end it. If you liked what you've seen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and actually share the video because it helps the channel out a lot. I'm the new Starcade fan here saying thanks for watching, have a good day or night wherever you are, and bye for now.